Hi guys, this is Wizard1 again, bringing you the promised unboxing of the international version of the Xiaomi Mi Max 4G phablet. I bought this silver version from GearBest for $216 US, which is currently sold out right now, but they have a gold version that's available for $205 US. I was expecting it to arrive on Wednesday, but DHL managed to get it delivered today. It was shipped Friday night and it received it today. It's pretty fast and impressive. Before getting into the specs of this phone, I want to quickly just open this up and show you what it comes with. So first of all, we have a really plain white box here. There are some specs that it mentions, so you can briefly look at the specs here. Okay, so let's quickly just open this up now. Okay, so we have the phone itself, and let me just quickly turn that on. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have a really basic set of card-like manuals and instructions. So just really basic English and Chinese versions of the manual and whatnot, and some specs here. And we also have the SIM eject pin here. So let's take this out because we'll be using this later. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have the Xiaomi branded USB charger. So let's quickly just look here what it has. Okay, so it's basically a standard charger with output at 5 volts at 2 amps. And lastly, we have the a standard micro USB cable. Just standard micro USB cable. Aside from that, there's really nothing else in here. That's basically it. Okay, so let's put that away for a second. Okay, so let's quickly just look at the actual phone itself and its specs. Okay, so the Mi Max itself is truly a beast. It's a phone that blurs the boundaries between phablets and tablets. The first thing it has is a massive 6.44-inch Full HD 1080p display with a pixel density of 342 pixels per inch. It is protected by a piece of 2.5D curved Gorilla Glass. When you place this phone next to my current main phone, which is the 6-inch Blue Mi Max, you can basically have an idea of the how big this phone really is. So the Mi Max has a total length of about 17 centimeters and a total width of about 8.5 centimeters. In terms of thickness, it is actually relatively thin. It's actually pretty impressive. So let me just quickly tear my caliper here. So you can see that it measures in at under 8 millimeters. So that is extremely thin for a phone like that. However, I do have some concerns because of how thin the phone is and how the full metal body is. I have some concerns regarding the structural strength of the phone itself, as there have been reports online that the phone does bend under pressure because of how thin it is. I'll try to address that in my full review video later on. Moving on, we have the volume rockers on the side here, as well as the power button on the side here. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, the IR blaster, and the secondary microphone for noise cancellation. On the side here, we have the hybrid SIM card and memory card tray. Give me a sec just to pull it out. Okay, so here we go. So this is the SIM card tray here. As you can see, it's slightly different from most of the other trays that I've seen, and that's because it actually requires you to put the SIM card and the memory card facing upside down on the actual tray itself. So you would typically put your memory card or your micro SIM like this, and then place your SIM card like that to fit it in, which is basically upside down from what you would normally do on a regular smartphone. Again, this is one of those hybrid SIM card trays where you can either choose a micro SD card and a SIM card, or you can do two SIM cards. Just as a note, these two SIM slots are able to do 4G LTE simultaneously. Okay, so let's put that away, put this back in. I think just put that upside down. Okay, so we put that back in now. On the bottom we have the speaker, not speakers, but speaker. As I mentioned on my other reviews, it's just a cosmetic look that they put two grills here, but there is only usually one speaker. And we also have the micro USB port here. So they did not use USB Type-C on this phone, so I'm going to be switching back and forth between Type-C and micro USB when I'm testing out this phone. Speaking of micro USB ports, the Mi Max does support Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0 technology. However, you do need to buy a separate Quick Charge 3 charger, as the one that it comes with is just a standard charger and does not support Quick Charge 3.0. On the front, we have the 5 megapixel front-facing camera, the earpiece, and the proximity sensor. On the back, we have the, let me just take off the protector here, we have the 16 megapixel PDA autofocus camera capable of capturing 4K time-lapse as well as slow motion video, and we have the fingerprint scanner here, and we have the dual tone LED flash here. Even with its huge non-removable 4,850 milliamp hour battery, the phone itself weighs in at only 203 grams. So let's quickly just show you this. Hopefully you can see. So the phone itself weighs in at just 203 grams. Compared to my Mi Max, you can see that this one weighs in at 213 grams. So it's actually not a huge difference in weight, but considering the screen is bigger than the Mi Max, it's pretty impressive that and the battery's bigger too, that they managed to keep the weight under my Mi Max. So powering all the hardware on this device is a 64-bit Snapdragon 650 Hexa core, which is a 6-core chip running at 1.8 gigahertz. And it is supported by 3 gigabytes of RAM. The Max itself supports a wide range of international cellular bands, most important being the 850 and 1900 megahertz bands responsible for the 2G and 3G connections, and the 2600 megahertz band, which is required for 4G LTE connectivity. This equates to full carrier support for the big 3 Canadian carriers in all major city centers. Now that we've gone over all the specs of the phone, I quickly want to quickly look at the software on this phone. So let's quickly just take off the screen protector here. Okay, so initially, the Mi Max ships with MIUI 6.5 global ROM, which is based on Android Marshmallow 6. However, once I connected it to Wi-Fi, it instantly prompted me that the MIUI 8 update was available. Personally, I most likely will be going to install Nova Launcher Prime after this, but I will give MIUI 8 a chance, as my last exposure to MIUI was version 6 when I tested the Redmi Note 4. So after the update, I ran the Antutu benchmarks, and it gave us a score of 78,582. As a comparison, you can see that it scored basically 3,000 points better than the Google Nexus 6 and 2,500 points less than the Apple iPhone 6. So overall, it should perform rather well in testing when I'm using this phone within this week. Aside from that, there really doesn't seem to be much bloat pre-installed on this phone. We have the standard Google apps, including Google Play Store, as well as some basic apps. So let me just go back here. Some basic apps like a clock, recorder, FM radio, calculator, compass, and some social media stuff here. In conclusion, I'm quite excited to see how well this large 6.44 phablet performs, as it has a huge battery, a really nice camera, and a sleek metal unibody. Please check back with my video in about a week for the full video review of the Mi Max. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This has been my initial look at the Xiaomi Mi Max. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.